If you want to get involved in real estate, but you're not quite ready to go through the traditional home buying process, then I highly recommend that you check out Fundrise. And Fundrise works very similar to a Robinhood, a Charles Schwab. It's the same process. The difference is that instead of you owning some shares of Google or Netflix or Apple, you're actually owning shares of real estate. And that can be residential, such as homes, duplexes, multifamilies, as well as commercial, which can be office buildings, multi-use buildings, which could be those buildings where there's a nail salon, a convenience store on the bottom, and apartments on the top. Very popular the closer you get to, downtowns and things like that. So I have a whole video about why I started investing in Fundrise, which I will link below, but I'm going to tell you about some of the reasons why I continue to invest with them. So just a little background. I started investing with Fundrise back in 2018, and it's been super helpful, and even before I bought my first house, I knew that I wanted to find a way to save more for my down payment. So in addition to having a high yield savings account, which again, I'll link the importance of that in the description, I wanted to find a way to make more money passively. And that's point one why I continue to become and grow my Fundrise portfolio, is that it doesn't require you to go through the same home buying process that a traditional home would allow you to do. So usually with the traditional process, you have to get pre-approved, you have to save for a down payment, you have to go out and search for homes, you have to get inspections. I know all this because I had to go through it to get my home. But before I even got this home, I was investing in Fundrise because, again, I needed something that would allow me to make money passively, still learn the real estate game without having to put in the same amount of skin. So that's the number one reason, is that I have consistently been able to grow my real estate portfolio without having to go through that traditional process. And if you're anything like me and you maybe don't have enough money to buy your first home, your second home, whatever, Fundrise is a great place for you to collect some income on a quarterly basis. And I know some people would ask me, well, did you make money in the pandemic? And the answer is yes. From the very beginning, I've always gotten something. Now that amount can fluctuate according to what's happening in the market, but no matter what, I got something, so that's important for people to know, and I understand that. So let me know if that makes sense, and if it's something that you're considering in the description below. Is this interesting to you? Let me know what questions you have. If you've even heard of Fundrise, let me know that in the description below. The second reason that I'm Team Fundrise is that, again, I get consistent returns. That is really important for me. So when I started off with Fundrise, I told you all I was saving for my home, and I needed more money without having to trade my time. I had 2 jobs. I was paying off my debt. I had a lot going on, and I was like, I need more money coming in without me having to trade my time for it. So when I set up my account, I set it up so that my goals would be dividends first, equity second. So what that means is that I wanted more of the shares and the investments to be things that were cash flowing now. And cash flowing means that likely there were tenants in there, and they were paying the rent, which means that, after they pay those bills, whatever's left went to us as investors of Fundrise. So that is what I preferred because I needed the money, immediately for my main goal, which was buying my house. Now my, interests have swapped. So I've been in my house for a while now, and I'm saving for a rental property, but I also understand the importance of appreciation and equity, which means basically that the home value has increased in the homes or whatever kind of real estate that they have. And whenever it's time for me to cash out, likely I'm going to be cashing out for more than whatever I bought it for. So that's what equity is. So say I bought my house for $300,000 and now it's worth $350,000. That $50,000 is mine. That's my equity. That's how much the home is appreciated. And it's something that I can utilize, if I wanted to take it out and do whatever, it needed to be a real reason, obviously. But I'm more interested in that right now because home values are increasing like crazy. So depending on what kind of goals you have, it's important for you to determine, what you want to structure your account as. And comment below if you have questions. And actually, no, comment below and let me know what's more priority for you right now. Is it getting the income, getting those returns on a quarterly basis to your account? Or are you on the side of, I don't need the money right now. I'd rather allow it to accumulate over time and then I take it out later. Comment below and let me know which one of those actually represent you in your scenario right now. And like I said, for me, I'm on the appreciation side. I need the money, but the way my account is structured is that it's mostly appreciation, but I still do get the dividends. They're just much less than what they were when I actually set up the account. So it's more of like a 70-30 split, and you can do that with Fundrise as well. And then the third reason is that it doesn't and did not impact my home buying process. So a lot of people say, well, will I still be able to qualify for first-time home buyer programs? Will I still be able to get my first home, and be a Fundrise investor? And you're looking at one. I started investing in Fundrise before I bought my first home. I still was able to take advantage of seller credits. I still was able to go through the full home buying process, and that little bit of income that I was making from Fundrise not impact my debt to income ratio, because it wasn't tens of thousands of dollars, it was a couple of $1,000s. So if anything, that money helped me, and I had more money that came from Fundrise that went directly to my high yield savings account, which then was withdrew when it was time for me to pay for my down payment and my closing costs and my earnest money deposit. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to link to something in the description so that you can understand what an earnest money deposit is, because everybody needs to know if you're looking to buy your first home. So those are 3 of the reasons why I continue to invest with Fundrise. And it's gotten to a point where I've started setting up money from my paychecks every paycheck, so that I can continue to expand that, because it's passive and it's working, and I don't want to ruin anything that's not working. So just to recap, 3 reasons why I invest with Fundrise. And again, Fundrise is a crowdfunding platform very similar to a Robinhood, a Charles Schwab, where you can invest in pieces of real estate without having to go through the full home buying process. So number 1, it is that it's extremely passive. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go check on these homes. You don't have to save for a down payment. You don't have to even decide between 1 or 2. Like, their algorithms decide all of that based on what your goals are. So you're going to consistently, grow your portfolio. Number 2 is that I earned consistent dividends and returns from the very beginning. When I started off, I needed the money. So I had it more so dividend return focused versus appreciation equity focused. Now I don't need the money. So my shift is now more appreciation, less dividends. And you can structure this however you want once you sign up. If you are interested in signing up, I will include a link to get $50 in shares when you open your account. So that'll be in the description box. And then lastly is that it doesn't impact and did not impact my home buying process. Just because I invest in Fundrise doesn't mean that I can't go through the home buying process. I actually did it. I did it, and I'm saving for my next rental property, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm rinsing and repeating. So now I'm saving for a down payment, and I'm using Fundrise to help pad my high yield savings account so that when it's time for me to actually put in an offer for something, I'm ready and I have the coins to make it happen. So comment below if you are interested in Fundrise. Let me know if you have any questions, and please utilize my referral code so that you can start your account at, $50 more than whatever you sign up for. So let's say you put $500 in there now. With my code, you'll be able to have a starting balance of $550 versus $500. So I'm giving y'all gifts. In addition to all this information, I'm giving you gifts. So thank you for watching. As always, let me know if you have any questions, any other topics that you want me to cover, and I will see you in the next video.